Bloomberg News. Yet despite his Ivy League degrees and accomplishments, Joseph laments that he was never able to explain to his mother exactly what he did for a living. We at the National Italian-American Foundation are honored to present Joseph Sebastian Fichera with the NIAF Special Achievement Award in Finance.
So please welcome Mr. Joseph Fichera.
All yours, I'll hold.
Thank you. Thank you. It was difficult to explain to my mother what an investment banker does for a living. And I'm not sure it's difficult. What? Italians are a boisterous crowd, especially at dinner, isn't it? I just wanted to say, at the ending of that film, it was difficult to explain to my mother what an investment banker does for a living. When I tried to explain to her that people paid me for my advice, she would say, "Why would they do that? You're not a lawyer." When I told her about some of my bonuses that I got, she would look and worry and say, "What do you have to do to make that kind of money?" But she was the person who gave me my first MBA about self-reliance and hard work, a mother's business advice. And I'm very thankful to be here with such distinguished honorees as Ron, Giovanni, and Vincent, and in particular to be part of a past honorees that included Leon Panetta, Mario Gabelli, and even Joe Montana. I should throw it. But for me in finance, it's also something to remember that though he died before NIAF was created, it was a man of Italian heritage that founded the Bank of America, Amado Gianni. And he helped rescue San Francisco. Not a Rockefeller, not a JP Morgan, an Italian. So how did a kid from Rochester get to come to White Shoe Investment Banking and get awarded finance from such a distinguished group? Well, my father would often wonder out aloud, why wasn't I born rich instead of handsome? So after inheriting my father's good looks, and with his support, I realized that in order to continue my activism and independence, Wall Street was the path. It was particularly since I had been in Washington with Monsignor Baroni, who was an appointee of President Carter. As a matter of fact, you might think that I was one of the first NIAF scholarship owners since Baroni plucked me out of obscurity to bring me at the highest levels. We went into finance. A number of former Carter employees, Carter administration. You may remember David Rubenstein, the Carlyle Group, or Roger Altman of Lehman Brothers, far more successful than me, but friends. But we decided to go to Wall Street and still stay involved in progressive politics while protecting the public interest by also creating value. Now, success, as everyone has told you, is a team effort. It's no different in investment banking, and you get a lot of managers, players, and coaches along the way. And the same has been with me. My first mentor was at Princeton University, a professor named Marvin Bressler, who taught me with wisdom and wit and brutal honesty. I one time went to him with an idea and wanted his approval, and he refused. He said, "At best you'll be ineffective, at worst you'll be counterproductive." That was the range. Anyway, he taught me the value of rigorous and analytical thinking, as well as the fact of humility, that just because I came up with an idea doesn't mean it's any good. My senior Baroni, as I said, brought me to Washington, and then when I arrived in Wall Street, I was equally fortunate. At Smith Barney, I had bosses named Mike Roberts and Bob Holtz, and then on to Bear Stearns, John Steinhardt, Alan Schwartz, Ace Greenberg, and then Paul Scura and Vin Pica at Prudential. They gave me the opportunity to contribute to the bottom line, but also to try new ideas. And I would not have had any success without them, and I thank them for that. Thank you, Mike. We created Sabre Partners 17 years ago, and I've been on a winning team ever since. Alan Blinder, the former vice chairman of the Federal Reserve, became the chair of my advisory board and lent his support to the organization. I brought people coming forward: Bill Moore, Paul Sutherland, Mike Noel, Kevin Stacy, Chris Boslin, Brian Meyer, Hyman Schoenblum, and Steve Hogan. All have contributed to my success, and I'm thankful to be on their winning team. But in the end, it comes back to my parents, who, with some nuns and Marines from that Catholic military school, taught me the value of the basic tenet of the Catholic faith of when much is given to you, much is expected of you. It is that which drives me to this very day. An Italian-American Catholic family upbringing lasts a lifetime and led me here. I will always treasure this award for them and for me, their legacy. Thank you.